When it comes to the most lethal volcanic eruption in the United States, the first thing that comes to mind is the Mt. Saint Helens eruption of 1980. The eruption of Mt. Saint Helens in 1980 killed about 57 people and is considered one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. But, believe it or not, the United States' most lethal recorded eruption took place not at Mt. Saint Helens, but on the Big Island of Hawaii at Kilauea volcano. Yes, the Big Island of Hawaii. Kilauea volcano is known for its quiet, effusive eruptions of lava. In fact, Kilauea is known as the drive-in volcano, as the eruptions can be viewed at close range and in relative safety. But Kilauea has a darker side. Kilauea volcano has had explosive eruptions in the past, comparable to Mt. St. Helens, Washington, and Mount Vesuvius in Italy. Kilauea erupted explosively once every century, with the most recent being in 1924 and in 2018. If the crater is deep enough, the bottom may fall below the water table and a violent eruption may occur when magma comes in contact with underground water. This violent form of eruption is known as a phreatic or steam blast eruption. In 1790, a violent eruption occurred at Kilauea Summit satellite crater adjacent to the summit caldera called keoua. To get an understanding of the human catastrophe that happened in 1790, one must get an understanding on why people were near the caldera in the first place. It was all about the timing. In 1782, Kalaniʻōpuʻu, who was a member of the Hawaiian League, or Ali'i, has died. His son, Kibala'u, became an heir to the throne of the Big Island of Hawaii. Kalaniʻōpuʻu's nephew, Kamehameha, became upset as he wanted the throne. An island-wide family feud was about to break out. Kamehameha decided to overthrow Kibala'u and defeated him at Mokuohai. Kibala'u's half-brother Keoua, as well as Keoua's uncle Keawe Mauhili, survived the battle. Each party returned to their respective homes for some time. Keawe Mauhili accepted Kamehameha as Ali'i Nui, or Supreme Chief of the Big Island of Hawaii. For a few years, a relative peace remained on the island. In 1790, Keoua attacked Hilo, and his uncle, Keawe Mauhili, ended up dead. Keoua drove Kamehameha's army north to Hamakua. Kamehameha swiftly counterattacked and drove Keoua back to Hilo. No side won the battle. Both armies retreated, with Keoua heading toward Kau on the southwest part of the Big Island. On the route towards Kau, Keoua and his army camped on the first night near Kilauea caldera, which was actually erupting at the time. He and his army remained there for a few days, making offerings to Pele, which was considered the goddess of the volcano at the time. Before departure, Keoua's army split into 3 different companies, leaving at different times. At the time when the first company left, Kilauea Summit shook violently. A large, thick cloud of ash and dust ejected from the crater and deposited ejecta far from the summit crater. All people in the second company perished, except for a pig, which was a lone survivor. The eruption produced an ash cloud as high as 30,000 feet or 9,000 meters. This ash cloud would have been easily visible from Kauai on the northwest part of the Big Island. The ensuing pyroclastic surge, combined with deadly gases, moved at hurricane force speeds to the southwest, killing over 400 people in the process. Some ash deposits from this eruption also spread east of the summit. Footprints were discovered southwest of Kilauea's summit and can still be seen today about 5 miles or 8 kilometers southwest of Kilauea caldera and about a mile or 1.6 kilometers from the entrance of the Kau Desert Trail. However, recent evidence indicates that ash in the Kau Desert region may not be from the 1790 eruption alone, but from violent eruptions before that between 1500 and 1790. This type of violent eruption occurs when the crater floor at the summit collapses and the crater floor falls below the water table. As the water seeps into the crater bottom, magma can react with the water, creating a violent phreatic eruption. This is a reminder that Kilauea is not always the quiet one, and it can easily compete with Mt. St. Helens and other explosive volcanoes around the world. The most lethal eruption that took place on what is now the United States, that killed the most people, in which over 400 people have died, was from Kilauea volcano in Hawaii.